Hello everyone and welcome to Club Reaction to Rangers 2, Celtic 2. Bit of a missed opportunity for me anyway. I'm Scott Carney, I'm with Ryan Haymars.
Hello, Happy New Year everyone. Same old Rangers, I'm afraid.
Alec Pearson.
Yes, Happy New Year everyone. Agree with Ryan. You can't sit back because that's what happens, especially against that Celtic team.
Yeah, we'll do this quite quickly because I think there's going to be more time to probably try and analyse it a wee bit more, and obviously it's just after full time, we're just back at the pub, etc. So yeah, today the starting lineup did shock me a wee bit with Sakala starting. I wasn't really expecting it, but apart from that it was probably as you would expect, no real shock in it. Maybe the only one Kamara for Jack, that's maybe the only question mark that maybe hang over the top of it. And Rangers start an Old Firm game the way we like to start Old Firm games, just concede an early goal. Don't know what Morelos is thinking here. It's a very, very slack pass. We don't do enough just to foul a man and we're a goal down, and for the rest of the first half Rangers weren't really clicking. There was a lot of slack play. I didn't think Rangers were particularly, particularly sensible in possession. I thought we were slack. I didn't think we really built on anything, even though arguably, Ryan, we probably had the better chances.
Aye, I think obviously they scored that early goal. It was an absolute sickener. In terms of, I do want to touch on that. I will obviously speak about it during the week, but I want to touch on that goal a wee bit. Again, nobody taking ownership of taking Med out. Somebody take him out, put a foot in, stop him running through on goal, and it didn't happen. But yeah, in the first half we were trying to create the chances. Even Kent in the first minute, that wee shuffle and get left shot, and it got the crowd up behind you. And that's, you need an Old Firm game, and it G's the players up a bit. But after that, for me, yeah, we created a few chances, but our application desire was much way off the mark for me, way off the mark.
Yeah, Ali, first half performance in Scotia again was joined us. Hello Scotia.
Right to the party.
The first half, Morelos has to do better with A2 headers, there's no doubt about it. But apart from that, it's the same things that we're seeing.
Yeah, it was lacklustre for me. The goal we give away is criminal. You can't do a square ball. I've seen Morelos do the balls several times where he tries to switch the play. He's trying to switch the play, and it just wasn't good enough. Intercepted by that Maeda, and he scores. If it was a good time for Celtic to score against us, it is after 4 minutes, because it gives you plenty of time to get back into the game. But the first half, I thought we were poor, to be honest. Slack balls again. The passing was poor. No intensity. I thought Celtic played within themselves because they could. They were quite happy to give us the ball because they knew we wouldn't hurt them. Overall, I thought we were pretty poor the first half.
Yeah, Scotia, the first half as a whole, it lacked quality from both sides.
Both sides, because we were having this discussion. I thought Rangers was slightly the better team in the first half, but it was a poor game of football. That's my opinion. I'll watch the game back and it'll be different probably. But I thought I'll try
Tell a bit opinion, Scotia.
No, but I thought we were slightly the better team. There was a, see, with 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes before half time, Rangers started. You could see Rangers starting and come into it, and that's maybe why I think that. But it was that first half was pretty poor all round. The goal that we conceded was
criminal.
Avoidable.
Every single thing.
Avoidable goals. Yeah, and look, Kent was really unlucky. I think Joe Hart generally made a great save from him, and they had a bit of a mess at the back. But Morelos has to do better with A2 headers. There's just absolutely no doubt about it. Neither of them are good enough. So yeah, at half time, we've literally just discussed the way we were at half time. Into the second half, and I honestly, hand on heart, did not see coming what happened. Rangers came out the blocks firing, absolutely firing. Equalised with a fantastic goal by Ryan Kent, a real fucking high quality goal, something we went to see it. And Sakala had come out like a man possessed in that half and was pretty much unplayable for about 15 minutes or so, and eventually won us a penalty as well, Stonewall penalty. It pained John Beaton to give Rangers the penalty. Yeah, but at this point we're 2-1 up, and Ryan, I was slightly in disbelief because I generally didn't see it coming.
No, it was a pinch me moment for me. It was very quick that it happened, both of the goals. I think Rangers, I totally agree with you, come out the blocks in the second half, which is good to see, because I don't think Gio was getting that reaction at half time in certain games, where it looks as if Beale's got a reaction out of these players. So credit to him for doing that. Lundstrom, Kamara, Kent, Sakala all looked very much up for the second half, which was good to see. And we got our 2 goals. Rangers have this in them. This is why we all go to these games and think, I watch the games and think, Rangers can win this game. If they play to their ability, and they showed in patches that second half that they can definitely beat that lot. But it's just sustaining that over the course of the season. I don't think they're going to do it, and they showed later on that obviously in the second half that they can. But definitely in that second half, that's what we want to see, just application, desire. That's all we want to see. We didn't see it in the first half, and that's why they were 1-0 down. But yeah, credit to them for going up 2-1.
Yeah, absolutely. Ali, I think Ryan pretty much nails it on the head there. If you come out and you just give some more, put Celtic under pressure, press them, get in their faces. They don't like it, they can't really cope with it. And in my opinion, at least one of their two centre-half, Starfield, for me, he was dodgy the entire game. But we didn't, even though we were 2-1 up at this point, I'm still thinking we're not going at him enough. But to get back, did you see 2-1 coming at that point?
No, I'll be honest, it was all down to Scotia. We have a laugh and a joke. We bring Scotia down for the second half because when he comes down they score goals. Just so happens the guy behind me wasn't there, so we brought Scotia down. Did I see Rangers scoring 2 goals within 7 minutes? No. Fantastic first goal by Ryan Kent. They came out with an intensity, Rangers. See Sakala that first half, I know he lacks ability at times, but he's 100%. See if the rest of the Rangers players could give that 100%. It really lifted us, and I thought the Rangers, the second half came out like that, like the players Ryan's just rounded off there. I thought they were very good. Great goal. Tav's penalty was fantastic, right in the postage stamp. And at that point, I'm going to Scotia. Let's get the third. Let's try and kill it. But same old Rangers, we've seen it time and time again. We just fall back into a lull and sit back. And we're not good enough to sit back, unfortunately, especially against that Celtic team.
Yeah, but even before we get to that, Scotia, I do think at this point, I think it knocked the stuffing out of Celtic a wee bit.
Well, it did, but I think as well it's what happened tactically, because I came out in the first half and said, you know what were you missing? That big gaping number 8 position in the middle of the park. But Lundstrom started playing a wee bit deeper and Kamara was playing a bit higher. Whatever Beale done tactically for that start of the second half was absolutely brilliant, and we were looking really good.
Yeah. At this point, we do make a number of changes, and I think there's going to be a debate about all of this, about what maybe cost Rangers the win today. I don't agree with some of the subs that he made. I especially don't agree with taking off Alfredo Morelos and putting Scott Wright on. And I'm not for 1 second saying that Alfredo Morelos was good, but Sakala was on fire on that right hand side and we decided to put him through the middle. To me, I don't understand that. I don't really get where he was coming from. And Beale has come out in the press conference after the game and said it wasn't his intention to sit in and it's more a confidence thing. So that maybe try to take the heat off him a little bit. I know there's differing opinions between the podders about what we believe the issue is, whether I'm for one saying that I think Beale has to take some form of the blame here, because we changed what was working, and if you change what was working, and we've said it on this pod a million times when we've been talking about Celtic playing other teams, if you sit off them, you're going to get punished. This is what they do. They just build up play and you let them happen. And the goal, Ryan, for me, was, I just felt like it was coming for Celtic.
It was 100% coming. Yeah. 100% coming. I think the full stadium felt it. We need another goal, or we're not. This victory's not going to happen. I think, touching on what you said about where the blame lies, etc., I come into the pub and we spoke about that straight away. The subs, there's a few guys behind me who are saying, oh, looks as if we're shutting shop and trying to get this 2-1 win. We're trying to play devil's advocate and think, why would Beale do that? For me, is he possibly thinking the team were dead on his feet? I don't know, because they did look very tired. It looked as if they maybe didn't have...
looked a bit tired as well.
Well, they were, because you know what they play like. They're gung-ho for 60 minutes and they kill games off. They're 2-3-0 usually up in 60 minutes. So at this point when they're 2-1 down, that's not a comfortable position for them. So ideally, you want to go and kill the game and score the third goal. I'm sorry, but I don't see Rangers. I don't think they had it in them. I think they were whether dead in their feet or lack of ability or whatever. We made it uncomfortable for them when we were up 2-1. Brilliant. That's where we want them. Put the foot in their throat. We can never finish them off, and it's just we've paid the ultimate price, unfortunately, Carney.
Yeah, he's right there. The third goal for me, if we'd have got it, would have killed them.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's why I says after the second goal, I think we should have went and tried and killed it, and we didn't. We sat back, and you'll invite us. I said in the pods previous to this, how many times have Celtic scored in the last 5 minutes? And they've done it again. You can't do it against teams like this. And when you talk to your stepdad about when Aberdeen played them and you sit in, they'll hurt you. They'll get a chance. They got a chance. There's a lot of faults in it, to be honest. You can pick a lot of faults from us. We need to deal with it. We don't. They score, and after that, did I think Rangers had 7-8 minutes added time or something? I didn't think we would score. If anything, I thought they would maybe nick one, to be honest. And it's disappointing because we had it there, and it would have brought us back into the league. But it symbolises a season for me. But we're just not good enough. And you look at the benches today. Look at Celtic's bench that they brought on. Look at our bench. It's a big difference.
I get what you're saying, but even I didn't think their bench had much really effect on the game. To be completely honest,
a hell of a lot better.
They do. No, of course they do. No, of course they do. I get that. But even at that, I thought, if we had, I know it's honestly, if we could go on forever, I just think the changes that we made affected the way that we were playing, and it stopped us doing what we were doing. Bale's saying it's down to confidence, yes, possibly, but personnel's still the point of that, and he still's the guy that decides the tactics. So it's one of those things for me. Scotia, ultimately, I think today's a missed opportunity for Rangers.
Ultimately, Rangers are the masters of our own destruction, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Celtic weren't great. But this is something that's happened under Gerrard, it's happened under Gio, it's happened under Beale, that we look good in stages and periods, and then we mess it up, and I think we've messed it up today.
He said that, Beale. He said for between 30 and 60 minutes we were very good, and in the rest of the game we were pretty lacklustre, and we can't be like that.
Yeah. And I suppose, Ryan, that all comes back down to your mentality thing with the players.
As I know I sound obsessed with mentality, I do think it is a thing though. I do think it is a thing with these players. I think you see it in Old Firm games, especially with these players. We have a joke about Borna Barris, which obviously I'm not a fan of him, and he's played well during the week, but I think, I'm not singling him out at all. I don't think Borna had that bad a game, but I think it shows that some of these players can have good games against Aberdeen or Motherwell or Hibs or whatever. This is what it comes down to, these Old Firm games. This is what splits the league for me. And when it comes down to that first half display, mentally these Rangers players were not there, and not for the first time. And I think that's why we see a lot of them leave. Hopefully leave in the summer.
Yeah, Beale has come out and said that he wants 2 or 3 in, so something's going to have to give, something's going to have to change. But yeah, to me, ultimately, it's a missed opportunity. A few negatives. I thought John Beaton was coaching the entire match, and the classlessness of the lack of class of the travelling away support. They decided to make as much noise as they could during a minute's silence for the Ibrox disaster. So yeah, we're Scotland's shame, but so yeah, we're Scotland's shame. Anyway, for today, Scotia, thanks very much, mate.
Cheers.
Ali.
No problem. I just we need to give a shout out to Sakala. He got man of the match, and I thought he was very good. Sakala, like I say, thought he showed desire, which Ryan goes on about all the time, had it in abundance. And he did show a bit of ability today, Sakala. If the rest of the team could come up to his desire level, I think we could do alright going forward in terms of the Cups.
Yeah, and Ryan, thanks very much.
Thank you, mate, and I echo what Ali said about Sakala. His desire was there, and I think if you see that in every player, then you've got half a chance. In terms of John Beaton as well, I agree with you, he didn't have a good game. Unfortunately, if it finished 2-1, he would have got a free pint because he is in the pub. So he's on the jukebox. You probably heard a few tunes getting played there, but no, you're not going to pint today, John. Poor performance.
Poor performance, yeah. So that'll do is, as I say, a bit of a missed opportunity for Rangers today. I think that a draw is useless to Rangers. We had to win that today, and ultimately we haven't. And yeah, Scotia probably makes the best call of it all. We were the masters of our own downfall today. So yeah, until next time, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Monday is it?
Monday.
As much as you can. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. Cheers, everybody.